Hello, welcome to the Intuitive Wellness Experiment podcast, where we explore ancient wisdom and the transportive power of intuition, self awareness, spiritual sovereignty, and empowerment. I'm your host, Christine, aka the Cosmic Doula, and in each episode, we'll embark on a journey of self discovery, growth, and diving deep into the realms of intuitive wellness. In our solo episodes, I'll share my personal experience and insights of intuitive living, offering practical tips and heartfelt stories from my own journey. And in our episodes, I'll connect with inspiring individuals who have embraced their intuition and transformed their lives, inviting them to share their wisdom and experiences with us on their journey of being and feeling well. So whether you're beginning your journey or seeking deepen your connection to your intuitive self, this podcast and as your cosmic doula, I am here to support you every step of the way. So join me as we explore the profound possibilities of living a life guided by intuition, empowered by self-awareness. Second episode, y'all. Second episode. How did you enjoy the first one? I know in the original episode, the pre to the first episode of the podcast, I recorded the why I created this podcast. And in the first official episode of the Intuitive Wellness Experience podcast, I explained how I got to this place of this experimental wellness journey. And then now I want to kind of share what it looks like in practice. I want to share what it looks like in action, kind of what I do, some of the rituals and the practices I do to help me stay grounded and to help me find wellness, to help me be mentally well, physically well. What a day in the life of a cosmic doula looks like, some would say. And so that's what we will be exploring in this episode. So excited to have you all with me today. So just thinking about my own personal journey. So I am Virgo stellium over here, Virgo moon and rising. So when we think about the moon sign in astrology is how you can nurture yourself. It's the way that you may have perceived your mother. It's the way where you may like nurturing. It's it's the vibe of how you do or what you do to, just to feel nurtured. And it has a lot to do with your emotions, your intuitive, your subconscious energy. So understanding the moon sign and understanding the sign of Virgo. Virgo is it's ruled by Mercury. So it's a Mercury ruled sign. So because I'm a Virgo rising, Mercury is my planetary ruler. And I'm getting the point to all of this. So if you've heard this before, bear with me. I'm getting to the point of this. So ruled by Mercury, Mercury is the ruler. The modality is a mutable sign, so flexible, right? Things can be flexible. The element is earth, so grounded, practical, could be slow moving. So Virgo moon, in Virgo, the archetypes of Virgo are, grounded, the virgin, very pure, very, wanting to serve. It's I serve, or how can I help? How can I put systems in place? In a very organized, neat manner to help me feel nurtured. That's kind of what the Virgo moon is all about, or how it presents itself to me. So I say all of that to say a lot of what brings me nurturing is having a ritual. Virgo also has to deal a lot with rituals. So having a ritual that I go to every day that can keep me grounded, that can ground me, that can set me up for success for the day so that I can feel nurtured and well throughout the day. So I wanted to share some of my practices and what I do to ritualize in a Virgo way my day to help me feel and be well. So we'll be exploring a lot of the tools and the practices that I use, and I invite you to share some of the things that you use. Maybe if you are fire air. It has a lot to do with starting your day off in movement or with a physical activity. If you're a water moon, it could be, writing in your journal or connecting to your emotions, listening to some music in the morning. Don't share below what you do to help you feel nurtured and some of the rituals that you bring into your everyday life. So for me, starting off the day, first thing that I do, and I share a lot of this in the podcast interview that I did with Rebecca, my numerologist, where we shared about my spiritual journey. I'll make sure that I link it so that if you all want to tune into that episode, but I share a lot of my practices there. And so when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is gratitude. Gratitude. Thank you. Well, even before then, I try to write down any dreams that I have. I took an amazing dream course. One momento. I took an amazing dream course with B, and I'll make sure that I link her information below as well. But she delves a lot with the dream world, and I took a dream course, and we talked a lot about dream hygiene. And when you first wake up in the morning, it's always good to write down any of your dreams, your reflections from your dreams, so that you can look back on later. So when I wake up, as soon as I wake up, I try to remember my dreams and write them down in my journal. And then I start off with gratitude, just thanking spirit for my breath, waking me up, thanking my Zanset, my ancestors, my spiritual team, and then I flow or try to find meditation. Depending on the day, I might do a spirit guided meditation, I might do an angelic meditation, I might do a breath work meditation, but something to kind of connect me to my higher self or my spirit. And then after that, I usually, and I wake up about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So that gives me like 2 hours before my daughter has to get ready to go to school. So during that time, again, I'll just be in meditation, pulling cards, connecting with my higher self or my spirit. And maybe working on some things with the business because it's really my brain is super. I have a morning chart, so a day chart, I should say. So I do my best work in the day or right when I wake up. So my brain is like super active during that time. So I do that. And then I get my daughter ready for school. After I drop her off at the school bus or the school stop, I start working out. I do a little workout, get moving for the day, listen to some podcasts, make my coffee, transition into my actual work day. Because I do work a 9 to 5. I am a full-time employee. So before I even open up my laptop and start my work, I need to make sure I am good. I'm mentally well so that I can show up for my work in the best possible way. And even before I get into work, after I've done all the things, worked out, connected, I then go to my altar and tend to my altar. I connect with my Zanset, I jete glow, just tending to my offer and just really listen in front of my altar to what spirit, has to say, and maybe pull some cards for the day, giving me some intuitive insight. And then the fun part of my ritualization is going into my Notion dashboard and navigating through some of the, and actually, I'll give you a sneak peek. Y'all want to see a sneak peek? I'll give y'all a sneak peek of my daily journal and what I kind of do every day to tune in to get a vibe of the day and how I should kind of navigate my day. So I'll show you my Notion board. I'll give you a little peek into my Notion board and what I do to kind of help ground me. The the process that I go through, the Virgo process that I go through to help ground me in my day, to help me feel and be well. So you can see it in action. So I will come back and show you that Notion board. Okay, so here it is. This is the Notion dashboard that I go to every day to kind of set the vibe for my day. So just want to briefly kind of peek in and show you this. And if you would like a custom Notion dashboard similar to the one that I have set up here, you can let me know. I do have a Notion offering on my website, and I would be more than happy to create this and customize a Notion dashboard similar to this if you're interested. So let me show you what mine looks like. So the first thing I have here is so this is the vibe that I go to every day, and I have this slogan here and it says activate your wand, because that is one of my mantras for the year, is activating my wand, and being the empowered embodied leader. So I have my vision board for the year as well here, just to remind me of the vision that I have for the year and to ensure that I am aligned with that. So again, my slogan for the year, the empowered musician. What are the vibes for the empowered musician? I try to look at this every day to remind me of, what am I here? What is this this 8 year all about for me? And personal 9 year in what I'm doing. And then I go to kind of take a view of my routines and what I'm doing. It's not letting me open it up, but maybe you're not supposed to see it. And that's okay. I also go through the moon phases. Oh, let me see if it works. Yeah, it really doesn't want to look at the routines, and that's quite okay. So I have the moon phases. So depending on the different moons and what's going on right now, we're in a rock crescent phase. So what does this mean for me? I also the elements, connecting with the moon and the elements, the cycle, my cycle, what's currently going on in my cycle, and how I can use that as a prompt to navigate my day. So, for example, I am in my ovulation phase. So, I know this is a good time for recording, to connecting with friends, to connecting with community. I can have an impact with the conversations that I have, networking, all of those things. So, I'm like, okay, I take that with me, knowing that this is a good time for that, and have some daily things that I kind of go through and kind of look at as well, just navigating the day. Then I have my goals here, reminding me of what my goals are and making sure that I'm on track. And each of these have, some rituals and some things that I can do. So coming home to my body, and these are based on the 8 dimensions of wellness. So physical wellness, my slogan is coming home to my body. And then I have some practices or routines and rituals that I do, what days that I do them. I can track my progress here, why, and a bunch of goodies in there. So again, my goal, like many places to log my goals. Then I have my top priorities of the week, some that I do on a daily basis, a brain dump, and then I have my week kind of planned out or navigated out. And then as I do them, I can just check them off. And yeah, so another thing that I do here, let me share. Okay, so now that I got the overall vibe of what I'm tuning into, I also like to go into, I create a cosmic vibes Notion board every month. And in this Notion board, I track the human design transits of kind of what's going on, the overall astrology of what's going on, and I divide it by weeks. So this week, it has the date selected here. What's the opportunities? What's the focus? So for example, today, this is kind of what's going on. Moon in Aquarius, Mars is sextiling the North Node, Mars is also sextiling Chiron. So these are good things to keep in mind for me today, like the overall theme, solving any issues. Again, this is very detailed and very complex, but for me, again, Virgo moon, this is very helpful in grounding my day. I can also go into my personal transits and what's going on for me. So I know today my Saturn is trining my Pluto, my Mars is squaring with my natal Jupiter, Venus is trining my natal Mercury, Mercury is conjoining my natal North Node, Mercury is also squaring my natal Mercury, Mercury is conjoining my Ceres. Like I could see all of these. And what is this vibe telling me? Hey, along with my ovulation, this might be a great time to connect with my community, Mercury, to get some information, get some data out there. Mercury conjoining with my words may have healing power. So it's a great time to make some connections today. My words are soul food. So I can take all of these information with me as I plan and navigate my day. If there's a certain kind of spread that came up or card pull that came up for me, I try to mark that down and note it. Any reflection questions or quotes that resonated with me, I try to write them down. What kind of went on throughout the day, also write them down. And then I go into my daily kind of journal here. And in my daily journal, I again, really plan out my day. It's Wednesday. What's the theme of the day? The cycle phase and what that means. I can go in through each and every one of these. What am I feeling when I wake up before I start my day? Is it high? What's the lunar vibes? It's an Aquarius moon, waning crescent. And then I can open all these up. What does it mean? Oh, it was a waning crescent moon on these days as well. I can navigate and go through that. I also kind of do my daily personal my personal day. So I know it's a 9-day for me personally. So it's time to forgive, maybe donate to a humanitarian, to be a humanitarian and donate to a nonprofit or some of my funds. It's also a 6-line day. So I know it's time to share my wisdom. Okay. So from all of that, what's my vibe? To solve and achieve my goals, to accept help, to move through challenges with triggers and strength. Okay, noting that. And throughout the day, I can fill these in. If I had any wins or celebrations, what are the vitamins I'm kind of taking or need to take? Tracking my my moon cycles, so many different things. And then I have my vibe of the day. So what are my wellness, what are my Wednesday rituals? I kind of have them here. What are the things that I need to do for my business? I kind of have them here. Again, this is another space for me to note and write my dreams. I can take some of those personal transits and I can put them here really easily. And then I can note them. Okay, what is my main big thing of the day? I try to not write that here, or there's smaller tasks that I have to do for the day. And yeah, I can just journal and share about my day here. So that's a sneak peek of my, again, how I ground my day, starting off my day, and then how I ground it, ending my day. So I can also put, what satisfied me today, because satisfaction is how I know that I'm in alignment with my inner authority. It's my signature theme, satisfaction. So I can wrote what brought me satisfaction today, or if I was frustrated today, how do I know that I wasn't in an alignment? Because my non-self theme is frustration. So I can note that there. I can put it there. I can also put my end of the day feelings, how I felt, if I felt nourished, if I felt creative at the end of the day. So this is all great tools and insights that I use to help ground me and to help nurture me. So, yeah, if you, again, are interested in having this for yourself, let me know. I'd be more than happy to create something like this for you. And yeah, we'll get back into the podcast episode. So that's a little bit about how I kind of navigate my mornings before, like I said, I start my workday and get going. I try to make my mornings really, really intentional because really that's the only time I have to pour into myself before I start pouring into other people. And we know in order to be well, we have to make sure that we're well, right? We pour into our cups first before we pour into others. And that's how I truly feel that we can start by living a life of wellness, of being and feeling well. I know it was a lot that I shared, and know that it changes. I don't do those check ins every day. I do it when I have time, when I feel the need to. I recorded the first section of the video about 2 weeks ago, and that my morning routine has changed a little bit. I no longer, now with the new update of iPhones, they have a journal app in the with our iOS kind of integration, and so now I do a lot of my journaling, my daily journaling in there versus putting it in my daily journal that I have in Notion. So it's always ebbing, it's always flowing. Again, mutable girly over here, MG over here. So I'm always bouncing off to the next thing. And that's okay because that feels good for me and my soul. And that's what helps me kind of stay sane and stay well. Throughout the day, I try to check in with myself, noting anything that comes up for me. And a lot of the times with the astrological notes and just the highlights in between, it's great to track those because you could always go back. Like right now, we're in the eclipse portal. So because I tracked during when the first lunar eclipse started in October 2023, because I have my daily journals, I can go back and reflect, oh, this was what was going on. This was what was started. Now we're in the second iteration of that. How is that affecting what happened in October? Because I did my journaling, because I wrote it down, I have a chance to look back at those patterns. I do that with a lot of my transits. Okay, this transit occurred for me in 2023. How is it affecting me now in 2024? And look at the synchronicities. Look at what's the same. Maybe it's an addition to the story that happened that initiated in 2023. So it's always good to track those things. And in regards to human design and numerology, those are all little tidbits that I use to check in through my day that kind of help motivate me on how I want to navigate the day. But again, I don't do this every day. Again, as a Virgo, it's helpful for me to give me a ritual practice, a structure, but I don't do it every day. And find what feels good for you. Find what feels nurturing for you. Some invitations to do so is to look into your moon sign, to look and to see what's grounding for you. Another invitation with human design, look into your earth gates. You're both your conscious and unconscious, your personality and your design gates. And that's going to be right below your sun gate. So, and that makes up your incarnation cross. The 4 gates that make up your incarnation cross is your conscious and unconscious sun, your unconscious and conscious earth gate. And so earth gate is what grounds you, what stabilizes you. So invitation to check that out. If you're confused on how to find that, feel free to reach out to me. And I set my goals, my 8 dimensions of wellness goals. I set my goals based on the 8 dimensions of wellness. And, I talked a lot about that in previous videos. And if you want to learn more about how to connect with each individual dimension of wellness, you can purchase the course that I have, the virtual evergreen course that I have on the 8 dimensions of wellness and how to connect with them intuitively. And that's how I base all of my goals off of. So I have a financial goal, I have a social goal, I have a spiritual goal, I have a a physical wellness goal, all those goals. And another great resource that I love and I kind of base my goals around is the 12-week year. I believe that's the name of it, but it's a book. And it's an amazing book that helps you break down your goals into really tangible action. So, and it's free on, if you're subscribed to, well, I guess it's not free if you're subscribed to premium on Spotify, but it's included in your subscription. The 12-week year, I believe it's called. I'll make sure that I link that resource below as well. So those are just some of the things that I do, the day in the life of. After I wrap up my workday, I pick up my daughter from school, have some connecting time with her, flow and see what's going on and within and around my communities, and then just have some really chill time on the balcony to again recenter myself and ground myself before cooking and Netflix and chilling with my husband in the afternoon. So that's a day in the life of the cosmic doula, me experimenting with my wellness journey. And like I said, it changes often. Who I was last week and what I did for my rituals last week, or when I first recorded the videos, is not where I am today. And that is okay. That is okay. We are forever experimenting with our intuitive wellness journey. So I hope that this was helpful for you in any sort of capacity. And if you're interested in your own personal Notion dashboard based on experimenting with your wellness, we can talk about it. We can create a custom dashboard for you to help you track some of the transits, or to track whatever you want to track, if that feels good and supportive for you. But I think that's all I have for today. If it was helpful, please let me know in the comments. If it wasn't, I won't do something like this again, and let me know that as well. If you want to, send me a text message or slide into my DMs on Instagram, I welcome that as well. And so that's it for today. I'm excited because I've booked my first official podcast guest. So the next episode will include a podcast guest. So I'm excited to chat with them about their experimenting with their intuitive wellness journey. So thank you for joining me on this episode of the Intuitive Wellness Experiment. I hope that you found inspiration and insight in the exploration of our intuitive living and wellness. Remember, your intuition is a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges and discovering your true path. I encourage you to experiment with embracing your intuition, cultivating self-awareness, and step into your own spiritual sovereignty. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button, or if you want notifications when each episode come out, you can go ahead and click the bell. Leave a comment, share with others who you think might benefit from the discussion today. And until next time, journey in grace and compassion, trusting your intuition, living authentically, and empowering yourself to create a life that allows you to be and feel well. Merci beaucoup, merci en pile. Thank you for listening. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.